All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. This is the first and ever pregame show of the season. I'm your host, Herrin 911, and with me is my personal sponsor, the Uwu to my Owo, and the sender of feet pics, Benny.
It's true. I have sent Herrin feet pics. If you want them, you can subscribe to my OnlyFans.
Oh God, dude. Okay, dude. Like I thought we had something
special. You started there.
Special, but no, we don't.
I can give you the special experience, but it costs extra.
Yeah, well, I mean, you're cheap. But anyway, moving on. So, it's going to do a very short show this season. All we have to talk about is my power rankings, which everyone seemed to hate. So, Benny,
they're trash.
Please speak for everyone about why they're bad.
I mean, we only have 15 minutes, and I know we want to talk about some other things, so I'm just going to let the people speak for themselves, which is the power rankings are bad, and we're going to talk about them a little bit, but low effort is basically just a meme.
Yo, okay, dude. You just fucking tear me apart, why don't you? Okay, dude. I don't know. I guess we start at the bottom, dude. You know, the team that my team plays this week, we got some big brain ethos, high tier name, low tier players. In my opinion, obviously Benny thinks different of me, so debate. Let's go. Why are they good, Benny? Why are they good?
Why are they good? No, I think this is actually probably the most accurate slot here. I think if you look at just the big brain ethos, like you said, high tier name, great, love their logo. But when you look at the actual makeup, I think you're looking at a lower SR team overall. And who's the carry on this team, right? Who's going to step up and lead them?
It's putting a lot of pressure on the tanks, specifically Zappa and Sliced Bread, dude. And I just don't see their DPS having like the pressure to really follow through with it, and that's unlucky. This is a season where like tank flexibility is very big, but I don't see a whole lot of flexibility in their tank core either. Like
Zappa and Sliced Bread, really good, strong players, right? But is it going to be enough? Are they coordinated enough? Are they going to be able to be flexible enough for a long season when there's going to be hero bans? If they're not going to cut it, right?
Yeah, absolutely. But moving up to the exact like polar opposite of this team, social distancing from the cart, fucking PogChamp DPS, but Papega tanks,
That's a hot take. You want to stand by that for our viewers?
Dude, I 100% want to stand by that. Bark, fucking 1v1 me, dude. I will poop on your Sigma.
The thing is, on this team, nobody actually wants to play tank. They all signed up for damage and support, right? So you're going to have players playing on roles that they just don't want to be on. I think like their support line is going to be solid because you have Otterbotter, who we know, because we both played with her, is phenomenal.
And Bark, but she's like, Otterbotter's getting forced on a main support role, while their other like free players going on an off support role, which Otter excels on that off support role. So that's kind of just
That's true.
I don't know, dude. It's not a throw, but it's not optimal.
Yeah, I mean, looking at the heroes that they say they play, right? Well, I guess Bark only plays Lucio. So what happened in the week that Lucio is banned? It's not this week, but they're done. So I think for this week, I think putting them in 5th is probably fair, but I just don't know beyond that if they have what it takes if nobody wants to play tank.
Yeah, exactly. So
tanking is super important.
Yeah, especially this season, dude. Flexibility in your tanks is huge, but you still need to have like the rest of your team. You can't just solo carry on tanks.
Yeah, and so I think this kind of context is what's missing from your power rankings, right? Because just putting a list out there in the ether invites criticism. But as that's the thing, dude. But as we go through this, I think there's some quality takes out here. It's not all just garbage, which what we expect from Herrin 911. But
my brain's better than my aim, youngin. I don't need to hear this from you.
Okay.
But like, dude, I can't write a whole analysis on teams where like I have no idea half their player base, dude. Like,
I think you just got to give it 2 sentences. Is what the people need.
Nah, man, the monkey brains here can't even read. They don't deserve my words.
It's true. Speaking of monkey brains, Herrin's harem.
I knew it.
Do you want to dive right into that? How did you get the team name you've always wanted?
Dude, I've had this idea for a team name since I started, and no one ever let me do it. So this season, I basically said, "Hey, we're being Herrin's harem, and they all said uwu. So I was like, that's
no, they didn't.
That's
they did not.
Dude, my team's a lot of uwooers. Don't you even fucking start. That's how the harem comes to play, dude. And I mean, like, look at. I know we're not talking about logos, but like, I'd fuck that hamster. You know, you'd fuck that hamster. That's the best $5 I've ever spent, dude. That was. I love my logo so much.
Do you need a minute? Do we just have the rest of this just be you wooing over your hamster pick?
Oh, whoa. Yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good. That's
right.
That's yeah. But moving on, you know, because fuck talking about my team. They're just a bunch of feeders.
I mean, I could talk about your team.
No, you couldn't.
They're a bunch of feeders. Herrin, I played with him. Would never play with him again.
Yeah, same.
And dude, so I'm glad we're not on the same team anymore.
You're honestly dog shit.
Yeah, I mean, when you look back at the finals, right, of last season, Wacky, ball one trick, right, only plays ball, no matter what you're about to cut in with, only plays ball. Ball's banned this week, so you guys auto lose. Easy.
Yeah, you're 100%
and Herrin
right.
was the biggest throw of last season, for sure.
With, yep. You are correct, sir. Absolutely. Just keep that mentality, and, yeah, Wacky's a ball one trick, smile.
Yep, 100%. So yeah, let's talk about your next team on your power rankings. Give Ryan wall climb. First of all, I think it's a really unfair name for casters because it's pretty much a tongue twister.
Dude, you just call it Ryan climb and move on with your life.
No, I'm gonna keep
it
GRWC. I think it's a little bit easier to say.
Good.
But, the name's cool. I'll give them that, but we haven't talked about the name rankings yet. As far as a team, I got just one rookie, so you got some experienced players coming in, pretty solid, versus Herrin's harem, which is mostly rookies. So I think you guys might move up in the power rankings if the rookies start to surprise us, but otherwise, it's Herrin's harem, so it's probably dog shit.
Absolutely.
But yeah, give Ryan wall climb. I think you got K4, super solid players, Spade, Snips, Crystallize, Josh Danko, who's been better in the league, brought me into it. Well, I think you got a really solid communication team, but they're running into the same issue that a lot of teams have had, or that we've been seeing is like nobody wants to play tank here.
Wait, what? Josh is playing Ryan, dude.
He is, but it was his third choice on the roster. He actually wants to play support, which is what he plays mostly in ranked. And then you put DPS.
This season queued up to GM on tank.
He's a good tank, but he doesn't want a tank. And so if someone doesn't want a tank, are they going to be in there with the comms leading the team?
I mean, I played with Josh a lot. I don't think calming has ever been his problem. It's mostly if he starts getting shut down, then he stops calming, and that seems to be the problem with Josh.
I've seen that. I've caused that. We've caused that.
Toxic. But you're breezing past one of their best players, dude. Morty is a fucking crackhead. Like, if you give Morty an inch, she will just straight up wreck your whole backline, dude. Her McCree is fucking nutty. Like, I personally think her DPS really rounds out the team super well.
Yeah, I'm excited to see what they have to bring in their matchup tonight, especially.
Mm-hmm.
I think the matchup between them and social distancing from the cart could be pretty interesting.
Yeah. Personally, I still think it's going to be a 3-0 in favor of Give Ryan wall climb, but, I don't know, dude. I'm fucking bad, obviously. Everyone commented that in the BOL, so...
I think you speak, you get shit on. That's just kind of how the Herrin dynamic has evolved over time. And I think it's because you like it, Herrin.
No, dude. I just like getting foot on. I don't like getting shit on.
Foot on? All right. This is the call. Hashtag send Herrin feet pics. Please
dude,
do it.
End of season, I'm going to have a feet power rankings.
I'm at the top. You already confirmed in the pre-show.
You did have some cute feet. I'm not gonna lie.
All right, let's moving on to my team. You want to go ahead and talk about us?
Yeah, dude. Your team very, very solid, and your like core lineup. Your tank. Well, I guess if Eggman's not gonna play tank, your tank core is just a little shakier. Not too much shakier, because then you have two solid DPS players. And by solid, I mean like huge carry potential DPS players. You have Mia, who is a fucking PogChamp Ana, and then the other two I didn't know too much about, which like those unknowns are the only reason I don't think I put you at like the number one spot. And I really want to see how people like Andrew Tetris or Arapama, depending on how you guys run your line, can perform, because I think that will either make or break your team, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, I think we're looking at easy throws throughout the whole season, so it's a shame you didn't put us at the top. But if we want to ride that underdog position throughout the whole thing, we'll easily take that and just surprise everyone. We're a phenomenal team. Everyone should be afraid of us.
Yeah, I'm really happy you guys got to play No Talk We Angie, because moving on to the team that I think is the best, their average SR is Masters. Literally, there's not a weak link on that fucking team. They're crackheads up and down. They have no problems calming. They have great tank synergy. They have great DPS. Good fucking luck tonight, buddy, because you're going to need it, because you're going to get slapped. Calling it.
Yeah, there's really not much I can say to that. You're right. I did the math earlier, taking credit for it. Their average SR is Masters, which is pretty scary. When you look at a league that has players from, Gold, Plat, Diamond, all the way to Masters, for them to be averaging the Masters, I think you have to give a lot of credit to whoever put that team together.
Yeah, dude, that's a pretty cracked team.
It's a little scary. So Zed, right? Put them together, and he knows how to put a team together. So he spent his money very wisely, except for Chris, who's been complaining the whole time that we spent too much, or Zed spent too much on her. But otherwise, I think, the owners did a great job.
Yep. Every owner definitely bid super smart. Cough my team. 1125 Wacky is a thrower, dude. But yeah, that's fuck, dude. We can run through the names real quick if you want, because Oh wait, you want to talk about predictions for the week?
Yeah, dude, let's go through predictions.
Yeah, my hot take on this was Ryan versus Card. They're gonna 3-0. What are your thoughts? Thoughts and prayers, dude.
Thoughts and prayers, I think, need to be given to social distancing from the cart. I think, the best thing they have going for them, that it is the first week. A lot of things are going to be figured out. Communication might not be super great. They might be able to sneak in a map win, but yeah, I do have to definitely give the win to the Ryan Climb team here.
Mm-hmm. Now, this is your hot take's going to be biased on this, and my hot take's going to be biased on the next. So I'll do this one, you do the next one. Easy.
Sounds good.
With how balanced Angie is, I think every map's going to be close, but they're going to eke it out. That's my hot take. A 2-1. I think they could probably. I don't know what map they lose on, honestly. They probably lose on Lijiang. I think you guys have better brawl, personally, but I don't know, man. All right, your hot take. My team versus Zappa's.
Herrin's Harm. I think you have a lot of rookies on your team, and I think it's bold for this power ranking to say that you're going to 3-0 another team. I think when you look at Big Brain Ethos, sure, you might put them lower in the power rankings, but they've played as team before. And I think when you have a lot of rookies coming into the league, the team environment is very different from ranked play. And I think I'd have to give credit to the team that's played team environments before. And I think this, while you probably will win overall, it's not going to be a 3-0.
Fair enough. We take those.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, names and logos. We're just going to fucking speed through this. All right. Mad Bass, great team. Bad logo. Fucking fight me, dude.
That's not how you say your name.
Huh?
That's not how you say your name.
Mad Bass. Mad Bass, Mad Bass. Dude, your logo's a fucking fish. How are you going to
It's dope. It's super dope. Social distancing from the cart, love it. I think that might actually lead to how they're going to play, though, so I'm afraid of some C9s from that team.
Big happy, dude.
Give Ryan wall climb. That armor's heavy, but if they gave it to him, it'd be cool. I think we just have to skip right ahead to Herrin's Harem and your power rankings for team name and logo. It's honestly shameful that you think that's the best name when you have something like No Talk We Angie and my personal favorite, Big Brain Ethos here.
Wait, dude, I totally fucking I threw Herrin's Harem in second. I don't know why Big Brain's okay, dude. I'm throwing. All right. Big Brain Ethos should have been number 1. I must have made this drunk, so just ignore me. Big Brain Ethos definitely has the best name and logo, 100%. Well, that's a throw on my part. So, without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, stay tuned. We're gonna have our first match of the night coming up shortly. We've got Give Ryan Wall Climb versus Social Distancing up first.
That's correct.
Right?
That's
cool.
correct.
All right. Well, stay tuned. Good luck.